We learn from the show that non-feral ghouls can go feral, but that there's a drug out there that prevents them from going feral. The ghoul and Lucy stumble upon a ghoul who hasn't had this drug for a long time, and he's at the beginning stages of going feral. The ghoul character himself needs the drug, and if he doesn't have it, he gets sick and passes out. All of this is new. It's not found in any of the other games, which has led some viewers to suggest that this is a mistake. I don't see it as one. Time and time again, ghouls in the Fallout universe tell us that they don't know if or when they'll ever go feral. And in fact, during the Nuka World DLC for Fallout 4, we actually find an entire side story about a ghoul couple who went through this very problem. Rachel and her boyfriend Oswald worked at Nuka World in the Kitty Kingdom as entertainers, and they got stuck there when the bombs dropped on October 23, 2077. Due to the radiation, they were both turned into ghouls, as well as many of their other friends working there. And over the decades and centuries that passed since then, Rachel, with increasing distress, watched as her friends slowly went feral over time. She never found a cure, and ultimately, she began to feel herself going feral as well. So from this story, we clearly get the impression that there is no cure for turning feral. But we have to remind ourselves that just because a scientist stuck in an amusement park couldn't manufacture a cure over 200 years doesn't necessarily mean that there wasn't a cure or that there would never be a cure. On one hand, I don't think that it's a mistake for there to be a drug out there that could cure being a ghoul. There were people in the universe who thought that it could be cured at one time, and people who tried to actively cure it. My problem is that why is it a pre-war drug? Ghouls didn't exist before the war, at least your average citizen in America didn't know that radiation could turn somebody into a ghoul, so it wasn't going to be stocked in local pharmacies, or stocked in supermarkets, or stocked in doctors' offices. If there was a pre-war drug that cured being a feral ghoul, it would be a huge secret, something uncovered in like a military bunker or a ruined scientific lab. One option is that maybe ghouls discovered a cure from something that wasn't intended to be a cure. Maybe by mixing a couple of under-sink detergents with a sprinkle of powdered mentats and a sprig of whiskey, they created a cure, somebody figured it out, and spread the news. Maybe, but of course they don't explain that to us in the show.